got to look a little bit, guys, in the last 5 minutes, but
but then we had chances in the 10 minutes before too. It's been end to end, fascinating cup tie. And now with 40 seconds of added time played, as Tozer looks to get it down the line, the ref looks at his watch, and that is it. Wrexham pull off a huge victory. Our second game at Shrewsbury's new grounds, rather more pleasing than the first, in all honesty. And the Wrexham fans absolutely going crazy behind the goal. A cracking cup tie between two well-matched sides. Shrewsbury had the better of the first half, certainly, although Wrexham drew themselves back into it well. And ultimately, it was a Tom O'Connor deflected goal, which took Wrexham through in a brilliantly contested derby. Credit to both teams, but Shrewsbury will be gutted to lose at home like that too, Wrexham. It's Mullins enjoying his celebration at the Wrexham end.
Yeah, great
as always.
That's a big dent on Shrewsbury's season, that is, and you could see in their fans as soon as they can see the goal, they just seem deflated. They seem deflated on the pitch. And to be honest with you, though Shrewsbury did create a lot of chances, I think the right side won today.
Yeah, I think so, because we had Lee's great chance just before we scored. O'Connor got the goal. We had opportunities after that as well, and we showed great spirits, and we did defend well. I mean, there were a couple of good chances. Most obviously Sebuale in the first half, when he really should have scored from 6 yards out. But Wrexham earned the right to battle and earned the right to enjoy this terrific celebration in front of the Wrexham supporters.
Oh, this is brilliant. I've got to say, it's brilliant to be back in the Football League. It's brilliant to be beating sides like Shrewsbury away from home. This new Wrexham is something special, I got to say.
Absolutely. I mean, and some real standout performances too. I mean,
and by the skin of our pants sometimes, because Shrewsbury could have scored two before half time and should have scored at least a couple in the second half, but that's cup football. You've got to take your chances.
Exactly so. The Shrewsbury team are getting a decent ovation actually from the fans in front of us, but the fans were impatient with them once we got that goal. And I thought we were patient. I thought we defended well. I thought all of the back three. I mean, huge credit to Cleworth, who wasn't quite.
I've got to say, second half he was brilliant, wasn't he? Showing real maturity, because it's a big game for a young lad who's from around the area. He understands what's going on. To play in a game like this, and he's playing against an experienced striker in Bowman. And to be fair to him, again, he rises to every challenge. Cleworth, he's a real quality prospect, isn't he? I got to say,
did really well, didn't he?
So impressed.
And then other performances, George Evans, I thought was absolutely
man of the match.
Clotted cream.
Just a Rolls Royce, isn't he? He was brilliant today. What a win away from home for Wrexham. And look at those fans; they're going to be delighted.
Absolutely packed behind the goal, and they're going crazy, and quite rightly. I mean, as well, Mullin was such a threat, just constant nuisance, forcing mistakes.
That's what I like about him, he never gives up. He's like, as I said earlier, he's like little terrier, niggling at your heels, and he never gives up, forcing the errors. A great performance by Wrexham, but you only win these games by scoring goals, and
I've got to say, you got to give a lot of credit to Barnett and Dalby when they come on.
I was just going to say,
really did change the game in some respect, didn't they? Fair play to them both.
And Parkinson timed that substitution well as well, didn't he? Fletcher had worked really hard looking to wear down the Shrewsbury team, but ultimately he wasn't really hurting them much.
No.
I hope he brought him off in time in terms of the knock he had just before he took her. I don't want that to be serious, but he walked off the pitch, hobbled off at least.
I think this does so much for our season. I know it is it's a cup game. There's nothing to do with the league, but we have been struggling away from home in parts.
It's just looking forward to Monday in the draw,
Exactly.
We're in the draw for the next round. And
I want Eastleigh at home. I do.
Seriously?
Yeah, I want to, there's a chance for the fifth round then.
Why don't you,
Maidstone?
Why don't you, I was going to say, why don't you go Maidstone? We had them, was it 2 seasons ago we played Maidstone?
And the FA Cup?
Let's
played them 2015, 16, something like that.
Was it?
2014, I think it would have been.
Yeah,
either on the way back
Maidstone, Eastleigh or Manchester United, I'd like.
The 3 pushovers. I take that back. Maidstone and Eastleigh are not pushovers. I'm so sorry, I genuinely did not mean that. But excellent stuff that from Wrexham. Like you said, the subs made an impact, didn't it?
Oh, definitely an impact. 2 good subs, Barnett made a massive difference down this wing, and Dalby just added that extra height up front, which he won quite a few headers. An overall great team performance. Team will go home happy, the fans will go home happy.
Brilliant.
But I've got to say, I think the Shrewsbury fans are part of their own downfall, because the negativity straight after the goal did not help their players at all, and it really boosted us, I've got to say. And
you can see the guys in front of us, getting on their backs all the time. And that used to happen at Wrexham. But
it happens to sides who are slightly struggling, low on confidence. From what I've seen from Shrewsbury today, are a really good side, and if we do get promoted this season, League One's going to be very tough if that's the standard.
On the break, they were excellent. They could have caught us 2-3 times on the break where they broke out really quickly, and just for their poor finishing, they could have scored a couple of goals.
Yeah.
But defensively, I thought Wrexham was superb today. They dealt with most things.
I think Shrewsbury's missed opportunities sum them up as a team at the moment.
Yeah, I didn't think they were maybe quite as good as you were feeling, Chay, but that's your fear of the opposition approach, which I respect. But they were decent, they were solid, but they weren't better than us. And that's the key thing for us. We're talking about measuring ourselves against League One teams, but we look like a League One team to me.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not saying we were worse than them, but they were a good side, and it's more compliment to how good we are, rather than saying Shrewsbury aren't a good side.
I think that their substitution didn't help them either.
Yeah, exactly.
Their subs made no impact.
No.
But why do you take Bowman off and start playing it long? It's a bit strange, isn't it?
I think they went backwards when they brought their substitutes on, to be honest.
And I said to you, didn't I, Chay, that I felt Tozer would handle Bowman before the match I was talking to you.
He did.
I thought Bowman won a lot of headers. Tozer was excellent, by the way, but Bowman was really good in the air.
He did.
And then they take him off and they start knocking the long balls through the middle.
Yeah, it's strange, isn't it?
Well done. That wasn't going to work, was it? Wow, what a game. Well, we better probably go, wouldn't we? I suppose, and celebrate in the streets of Shropshire.
Well, the car park's going to take a long time to get out of, guys, I think.
You're going to be the happiest man in Shropshire tomorrow, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. I can't wait to get onto Facebook later and see if this chap's disappeared.
Oh yeah,
and all I'm going to say, I've been thinking of a reply. We've got to score goals to win games.
Well,
who scored the goals?
And how can we? That's got to be how we end the broadcast, doesn't it? So with the final score of Shrewsbury Town 0, Wrexham 1, we've been Mark Griffiths, Neil Williams, and Chay Long from Wrexham AFC.